What is up, YouTube? So today I'm just going to talk about my experiences with the beta, and the video that you're watching is actually going to be my 40 bomb on Gunrunner. I got it while streaming. You won't be hearing the sounds of the game until after I finish talking about what I want, or what I thought about the game. So right off the bat, I'm just going to say it. Azir or A something cave, I think it was the worst map in the beta. It was just so dark in certain places that I couldn't see anybody. I have a very nice monitor. I have an Alienware monitor that I got, and I shouldn't be struggling to see these guys. Like, I also have an Xbox One X. I have the most powerful console on the market right now, and I'm struggling to see guys inside of a cave. Like, how is that even possible? That's also kind of where I saw some of the worst of the camping. I know everyone's having an issue with the camping in this game, but the problem really only seemed to come up about through the cave map. I don't know why. It also seemed like it had the worst spawns. I was spawning right on top of people, and I'm playing games like Domination, where you would assume that after you die, you're gonna respawn somewhere closer to, let's say, your flag. If you hold A, you're gonna be spawning around the A flag, most likely, unless they're really pushing you. But guys never really pushed too far to cap A, which, I mean, makes sense. That's really what you're not supposed to do. But for some reason, though, I would spawn right next to people in the center of the map. It just doesn't make sense to me. I would completely be fine with just getting rid of this map just completely. Like, even in Windows, I couldn't see people. I know there's another map that got a lot of controversy about the windows being an issue, but at least in that map, I can see people. I'm going to say Hackney Yards was probably my favorite of the smaller maps. And when I say smaller, I mean like the 10v10 or 6v6. Obviously, we only got to play one 32 versus 32 map, but Hackney Yard, I had a lot of fun on. That was one that I was consistently just running around playing like a traditional Call of Duty feel. I use an AUG, as you can see in the gameplay. For some reason, though, it just felt like normal CoD, and I think it was because it's fairly close to a normal 3-lane map, and I think that's why I enjoyed it so much. I know they're trying to step away from that, and granted, I'm a little sick of 3-lane maps to begin with, but you can have a nice mix of asymmetrical maps and 3-lane maps, and I think Hackney Yards did a good job of like mixing it. It was a very fast-paced game for me, usually whenever I played, like whether it be Cyber Attack, which I had a lot of fun on, or Domination. It was just a fun run-and-gun map. Speaking of run-and-gun, Gunrunner. It's a fine map. It's definitely a Call of Duty map. In certain points, it did look like a smaller version of a Battlefield map from like Battlefield 1, but it was fine. There needs to be some tweaks to make it a little bit better. The Dom flags were placed kind of strange to me. For some reason, they made it kind of, at least to me, and talking to a couple of my friends, A spawn, when you spawn on the A flag, it was much easier to get to the B flag, and I think that's just strange, because he also had to, like, run around to it. I don't even know why that is the case. It just is unfair in spawning. And, like, if they went to half times, like they did in previous Call of Duties, that would make sense. Like, one team gets the advantage and the other team gets the advantage second half, but they're not doing that. I think they need to tweak that B flag a little bit more so that it's a little bit more even, let's say. So now we're gonna move towards like the 10-on-10 map. Was it Gazer Raid? I can never pronounce it right. It was fun for Domination Headquarters when I had a good lobby. If I had just absolute dog crap teammates, it was a brutal experience. If I went in alone, that was the worst. I play on West Coast. A lot of my friends and family play on the East Coast. So our times didn't always match up to where we could play during this beta. But like when I was alone, man, I was just... my teams were getting pooped on. And it's not because like I'm playing with good players or like in my friends and family. It's just... for some reason, it just didn't work out. Like I had guys like dropping 30, 40 kills on my team, but they still were struggling to get the B flag or get the headquarters. But one of the big issues with Raid is that there's like 2 or 3 like big power positions, let's say. They will actually be able to sit down and look at B and just be able to just snipe very easily. I know they made it so that there's a truck in the way at one, and then there's a wall for the other side, but that doesn't mean anything, especially if you got FMJ. And if you just even a little bit ready, you can just easily just snipe the person straight out. Another issue is one towards like I think it's the A flag. The A flag, you can get up into the building and lock down the playground and that street, and there's no way that the seed flag guys can actually go and just stop that. I don't know. It's just something I think they can either fix just by putting in extra things or just taking out entirely. At least the one spot. I think the one spot 100% needs to be taken out. Speaking of sniping, I liked it. It's definitely different. I know everyone likes to talk about it, but if we get the short barrel is going to make a huge difference, possibly, with the ADS time. Hell, even the Car 98 might even have a faster ADS. And hopefully that, at least for like not the trick shotters or the quick scopers, but for somebody like me that can quick scope but prefers sniping in more objective game types, hopefully that fixes it for us. I know they really didn't do that in Infinite Warfare, but whatever. The time to kill in this game is also a little fast. I think stopping power is very useless field order. I put it on my FAMAS. I didn't see anything more of difference, really, between the FAMAS with it and a FAMAS without it. Same with the M4. Both time to kill in those, including even the AUG, just absolutely tore through people without stopping power. I think go with something else. Either they need to buff that or make the time to kill a little bit slower. Going into the guns were fine, but there was 2 at least to me that seemed like they are heads and shoulders above in each of their classes. The M4 and the AUG, just absolutely amazing. The M4 to me kind of feels like the Peacekeeper in Black Ops 4, and the AUG a little bit more like the Maddox. I know that the Maddox is an assault rifle, but the AUG kind of, for at least my playstyle, kind of played like an AR, and I loved that. The ADS on the AX50, hopefully it'll get fixed with the new attachment. 32 versus 32, a lot of fun in that game. Could it be a battlefield killer? Who knows? That's one of the big issues that hopefully gets fixed is the kill streaks. There's too many kill streaks at one time. It's a super fun, casual game, and I really enjoyed just sitting back and playing it. But one of the big issues, like I said, it just seems like there's a cruise missile, there's multiple UAVs, a UAV jammer, so on and so forth, and it just kind of got overwhelming. I think there needs to be like a delay to how many you can use right away. That would be something they can toy around with, and I know that can get fixed. Other than that, it's a great version of Call of Duty's or like a Battlefield game, but my problem with Battlefield always has been it's kind of been like a sluggish kind of control. So now that Call of Duty's jumping into that massive game, it's going to be a lot of fun going forward. So obviously camping was a big issue, and I think I at least still had a lot of fun running around playing like a normal Call of Duty. I know a lot of people didn't. At least for me, I had always checked corners. It's just something I think also had to do with the maps and people trying to sweat to get the best gameplays. Like I said, maybe we can increase the time to kill, and it'll be a whole lot better. The rumor right now is that there's going to be 64 maps. I'm hoping it's not just all variants, like for the night vision game. Like, that was a fun mode, but it's a gimmick. I hope it's not variants, and the variants in Black Ops 4 killed it for me. I hated that stuff. I hope they don't do that again. If they can give me just an untouched Rust so I can screw around with my friends playing party mode games, I'll be very happy. Also, I hope those party mode games are a little bit more customizable, unlike what they were in Black Ops 4. I love playing party mode games. I'm going to play gun game, sticks and stones, and sniper variant games. I hope that it's a little bit more customizable. Who knows? We got a month till the game comes out. So I will see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Bye. I had 33 kills.
HQ is online, secure.
You do.
We're taking the HQ.
I taste me, coming with a smile, to be happy, be laughing like a child.
No reinforcements available. 30 seconds. HQ contest.
Damn it.
Shut down our HQ.
Hey, at least this game isn't annoying like MWR, where we have a 3 fucking grenade burst.
Shut down. Regroup.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking COD 4, dude.
Hey.
Fucking COD 4.
Takes a special kind of person to play that game. Good old COD 4.
Takes a special kind of person to fucking toss 3 nades across the map. And I'm not talking about special. I'm talking about special, like as in.
Enemy UAV overhead.
No. I am not implying that. I'm just gonna quote that in my head. Wait, how are you promoted to rank 21? What? I just said Colin was promoted to rank 21.
I just dropped to 40.
Cruise missile, go for launch. Lights up, move your ass. Enemy cruise missile incoming.
Oh
Take cover.
no. Of course I died, dude.
I dropped a straight 40 bomb.
That's good work.
Ew.
I just playing objective and just didn't give a fuck anymore, and I got all my kills back. Look at his fucking brain. His